What the hell is that?
You know you can't say penis. And Roberto, he wakes up.
I understand the genesis of the song. Where did he even find that?
I have no idea how the two go together, but Kenny's bobbing his head. So it's not quite the Lomas Brown remix.
No. They all can't be home runs, or home runs wouldn't be special. Right. That's a single. You're on first base with that.
See, I expected more because he was on his day off. He was listening to us and said, "Nope, I got to come up with something special."
Well, it's not terrible.
No,
terrible was the John Jansen Italian restaurant. That was terrible. That was awful. All right, so look, we have got a lot of ground to cover today. I challenge anyone to say it's a slow day in sports. I disagree. We're going to get to the Lions at 3 o'clock. We have Brad Holmes audio and a conversation for you guys because now it's officially the offseason. But we're going to start with this, and I'm going to give you two reports. You can value them. You can devalue them. And this has nothing to do with your care factor. It has everything to do with the result. I want to know right now as we begin the show with these two reports, is Jim Harbaugh staying or going? Those are only choices. Staying or going. Calling up and saying you don't care is not a choice. Calling up and ripping his ass is not a choice. I don't care.
And calling up and saying it's Sparty Radio.
Don't care. Because I've already said a million times, and so has Rico. He should stay. So I'm going to give you the two reports. You do what you want. Report A comes by way of betting odds. Jim Harbaugh is the moneyline favorite to be the Indianapolis Colts' next head coach.
Moneyline.
And a report by Jeremy Fowler today that if Sean Payton says no, Harbaugh's the guy in Denver. And considering Denver doesn't have a first-round pick and the Saints want a first for Payton, one would think that's not the landing spot. So I want to know from you. This isn't about whether he interviewed at Panera. This isn't about was he in his office. This isn't about you don't care. He can do whatever he wants. Guys, none of that matters to me. It really doesn't. This is simple. Is Jim Harbaugh this time next week going to be your head coach? 248-539-9797. You could say yes. I don't judge that. You could say no. I don't judge it. Because I'm telling you, here's my belief. He's staying. That until I see him at a podium in an ugly blazer and an ill-fitting Broncos hat with a glazed look accepting the job in Denver, I just don't believe any of this is real. I don't.
I would love for him to end it saying Bronco Nation. Let's ride.
Let's ride. While holding a danger witch. But that's I don't believe he's leaving. I don't think it's smart to leave. And I still just can't bring myself to accepting that anyone in the NFL at damn near age 60 would be like, yeah, that's the guy I'm putting in charge of our billion-dollar operation.
See, I'm starting to think that maybe he would leave because it's the same almost scenario in every one of his jobs. Eventually, they grow tired of him and his quirkiness, and he starts burning bridges. And I don't think that relationship is just that great because I don't think they're making every effort to keep him here. It's almost like, geez, if he wants to, like with the 49ers, if he wants to leave, he's about to do us a favor. Hey, you want to interview? You can interview any place you want to go. I think you should go back and rescue Michigan. Sure, alma mater. I kind of feel the same way about Michigan right now. Hey, thanks for everything that you've done for us. And, yeah, we'll stay in touch. That's what it feels like. I don't get that sense of urgency of what the heck are we doing here?
So, again, this isn't blind opinion. He's the favorite to be the Colts' next head coach at plus 200. And Jeremy Fowler reporting this is his gig if Sean Payton says no in Denver. So I just want to know from you, regardless of emotion, regardless of what you want or don't want, is he staying or going? Full stop. 248-539-9797. I've taken to the stance, and this might be obtuse, I just don't believe he's leaving. I don't believe the league wants him. I don't think it makes sense to leave. He'll never get to run around town doing the things he wants to do in the NFL like he does in Ann Arbor. And honestly, they got a great shot of being a top 5 team next year. and getting back to the playoff where they'll once again be injected with lethal poison and killed. But I digress.
But that's just it. I think they have enough for one last ride. But after that, it goes off a cliff. Not off a cliff, but I don't think it'll be the same. I don't think you'll be that dominant team. I don't think the road will go through Ann Arbor anymore because I just look at the people that you have. Your future ain't that great. Now,
Sparty.
It may no. It's why I'm frustrated, and I'm not a Michigan fan. You squandered 2 years where you should have restocked the shelves and restocked the shelves.
You're having D'Antonio PTSD.
It is, and it's like, guys, we'll be okay. Trust me,
You won't.
I've gone through this movie. It doesn't turn out great.
Right. You want to
end up in the Holiday Bowl.
You want to beat Georgia. You're not doing it with top 20 recruiting classes.
Yeah.
You need to be firmly in that top 5.
Yeah, you end up in the Holiday Bowl in a good year. The pinstripe.
With sedated Gus Johnson calling your game.
Uh-huh.
Touchdown, LJ Scott.
Oh, he took it 70 yards.
David, we have got to find the 2017 Holiday Bowl where Gus Johnson sounded like he was on Xanax.
And honestly, I thought that everybody was joking because I was there, and then I rewatched the game. Wow. It was not an exaggeration.
Partner.
He did not tell me you didn't want to be at the Holiday Bowl without telling me you didn't want to be at the Holiday Bowl.
Touchdown, black guy in green. Thanks, Gus.
When's our flight leaving? Oh, and they just scored again.
All right. David, is he staying or going? Leave everything you want or don't want, all opinion. Leave it out. I gave you the 2 reports. Staying or leaving? What's Harbaugh doing?
Yeah, I get one of the reports saying if Sean Payton doesn't take the job, well, that's the first and the closest Jim Harbaugh has been. I think he's gone. I think he's out of here. I think he's bye-bye. I think he's going to be in Denver or somewhere else. I do believe that it is finally time, and he will be out of here. Yes.
I think he's out of here. I think the lifestyle is not the lifestyle he wants anymore. We saw when he was fired up, when he was focused, this man, and yeah, it does go back to recruiting for me because that's where it was his passion. I mean, we've all saw the pictures when he took his shirt off and he's playing with the kids and he's doing this and he's doing all types of stuff to land whatever guy he thought could help him win. You don't see that passion anymore. You don't see that drive anymore. And I think that he may want to go back to that NFL lifestyle where I don't have to suck up to 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds and try to convince them to come to my school. I'll just deal with grown men. I'll just deal with free agents, and I get the off season to myself. When it's done, it's done. I take a look at the free agent list, and then I go on vacation for a couple months.
We got we can get to the people, but Kenny is screening the calls. David, ticket text early. Any percentage you'd put out there on staying or leaving? Because I'll believe it when I see it. I think he's staying.
Yeah, I could see Denver and the Waltons hiring Harbaugh for the position of leadership in one of their businesses, which is the Denver Broncos, they say. Yes, I like Harbaugh, but he needs to go so we can get the recruits. Someone else is saying this isn't the answer, but they're saying please leave. That isn't what we're asking. That's not what we're asking.
I spent 12 minutes telling you what not to do, and that's exactly what you do.
Someone says Harbaugh is gone because of Michigan's NIL and transfer portal policies.
Whoa.
No.
Hold on there, Spank. You've brought in 7 players from the portal this year.
Your NIL is why Blake Corum's coming back.
Someone says he'll end up staying, turning down the Denver job to assume he'll get the Colts job.
Yeah, but that's not what I asked. I asked, is he going to be your head football coach next year or not? The 2 reports are there. He's the favorite to land the Colts job, according to Las Vegas at plus 200, or Jeremy Fowler of ESPN reporting today that if Peyton says no, that's Harbaugh's gig. You tell me. I still believe he's here until the day he's not here. I've been down this road. I think they'll spin it. Even when he bombed in Minnesota and he was telling people around the facility, it's been a pleasure working with you. He couldn't say no to mama.
No.
He's back.
No, this to me is that was the best of both worlds. That was saving face. That was, let's just call it what it was. Michigan didn't want to have him come back and be embarrassed, so we won't talk about this little indiscretion. We'll just move on from that. The heart wants what the heart wants, and I don't think his heart
Indiscretion.
I think he loves Michigan. Please don't get it wrong. I think he bleeds blue, but I think he wants to move on. He wants a new challenge. He wants a new type of lifestyle. Being an NFL head coach means, okay, the offseason is over. We'll look at some draft choices. We'll go through the rooms. He doesn't have to do the nonstop recruiting thing. He doesn't have to worry about visits. He doesn't have to worry about going to boosters' luncheons and things like that. He just has to coach a team. I think at 60, he's reached the point where maybe it's a young man's game in college coaching of recruiting and all of that, and he doesn't have the passion for it anymore.
248-539-9797. It's cut and dry. It leaves all opinion and bias and all of that. I'm giving you the two things. I deem them pieces of evidence. You can bleep all over them. That's cool. Or you can buy into them. And at 4 o'clock, Evan Jenkins will join us, a couple edibles deep, and he has a series of coincidences or conspiracies as it pertains to Jim Harbaugh. We're going to have some fun at 4 o'clock. I've got a special presentation for you, Rico.